So here's an example of what I'm talking about. So someone shares these viral plaques, which share some very important facts about what's going on in Congo. And then someone else comments below, I genuinely believe there needs to be more firsthand accounts. See, what is hard for people to understand is that global liberation movements are going to look extremely different in different places. In the Congo right now, under the threat of M23 persecution, speaking out about these things could mean you'll be killed. And this wonderful organization, Congo Friends, is very kind and they're like, this is a good place to start. It's going to give you important background. And the person's like, no, you misunderstand me. I want firsthand accounts like what they're doing in Palestine. But people don't understand that like the social media landscape, I believe the statistic is that 4.9% of the entire population of the Congo is even on social media. And just because a country's minerals and resources are extracted and mined to give us these fancy iPhones that we so greedily have, it doesn't mean that like everyone has access to that same degree of technology and that same degree of freedom when it comes to using social media apps. Obviously, the Congo is like every other place in the world in which there is technological access. But when you're living under constant government surveillance, you can't just like live tweet what's going on or like post videos about what's going on. Not to denigrate the incredible work of people who are doing those things. But as this reporter is saying, like people are literally executed when they do that. And as this Congo Friends group is saying, like people do still do it because they're brave and they're speaking out against corruption. But it's like great personal risk they're taking because they could be killed. Their families could be killed. M23 militia group could come and kill their whole family. So we have to, no one should have to audition for your empathy, right? We know what's happening. There are books written about it. We have enough media. We don't need like someone on the ground documenting every single thing for us to realize the severity of what's happening. What we need to do is respect the organizations that are already on the ground doing work, especially Congolese-run organizations. We need to do what they are asking of us, which is to amplify the documentaries and read and understand the resources they've already given us. And then we need to take direct action and make sure we're funding and amplifying the organizations that are on the ground trying to actively stop what is happening. But it's like it's not like an easy fix, right? Like this is systemic oppression from it's like hard to even say it. It's like from many different companies that are multi-trillion-dollar companies and many different governments that are multi-gajillion-dollar governments that have endless money at their disposal for endlessly propping up militia groups. I'm not trying to say that other global solidarity movements are easy. Like all of them are hard, but I'm just saying like this is a particularly difficult situation because like people can't just like whip out their iPhone at the mine and like film a video of like the horrific things happening. They'll get literally murdered. But I also just want to really drive home, I believe it was Adrienne Marie Brown who first said this, but like no one should have to audition for your empathy. Like we already know what's happening. I'm not meaning to like in any way put this person on blast. Like I'm sure they're a wonderful person and they're just like asking a question, but it's just like I see this type of question so often. And I think it's really important that we ask ourselves like, why do we need the like constant like stream of gore to believe that someone is worth our immediate action and attention? Like the images and information we already have should be so beyond enough for us to like mobilize into action. Like we don't need more proof. We don't need more grisly, horrible stories. Like we know, like there are literally books about this. There are literally documentaries about this. There are so many organizations working to solve this. It's like that should be enough. Like they shouldn't have to constantly audition for your support. And people have had the same criticism of our expectations of Palestinian people. Like the minute one Palestinian person was innocently murdered, that should have been enough. Like that's enough. Like you don't need to, I'm so glad that people are continually raising the alarm of everything that's happening. But the fact that we must be continually reminded that people are human beings and that they deserve our immediate love, care, and attention, like it shouldn't require that constant barrage is what I'm trying to say. Like they're human, like they're telling us they need help, therefore we should help them. Like that's it.